All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of McMillan and Morrow. I'm Dr. Sean McMillan. This is my co-host, Rich Morrow.
What up, what up?
And as we pull it all together in the studio, we thank you for pulling up to be a part of this exciting episode. We travel around the world, hear all kinds of stories, things people are doing, rather. Almost messed that up.
Yep.
But I recovered, as you will too, watching this episode.
Good recovery.
And so here we are. Love the jacket. This is just.
I pulled it out. I'm running out of clothes to wear, so.
Okay, we didn't need to know all of that.
Just letting you know that was what.
Okay.
Why you haven't seen it in a while. I had to dig into my closet.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. It's good color on you.
Yeah, it's not too heavy. What was I gonna say?
I wish I could fit into that jacket.
You probably can.
Probably can't.
Yeah, we'll see. If you see him wearing it on a later episode, don't say nothing.
Probably can't. I accept my little reality.
How you doing?
It is well.
It is well.
I am well.
All is well as ends well.
Yeah.
So let's get into it then, because I want to hear Doc's take on some of these stories going on. We're going to Germany first.
God.
Germany. You ever been to Germany?
Why doesn't Tyler ever take us to Africa? What's that about?
We going there today, possibly. You never know.
I'm just saying. A lot of European foolishness.
Nah, we need to go there. I want to hear what they're doing too. But have you ever been to Germany?
I have.
What part?
Berlin.
Berlin. I hear great things about Berlin. So this one isn't in Berlin. It's in Bavaria. And according to Nextstar, a Lutheran church in Bavaria conducted an experimental church service almost entirely generated by artificial intelligence.
Sounds like the Lutherans. Yeah.
The service was created by a theologian using ChurchGPT. It included a sermon, prayers, and music. So traditional service. The chatbot, though, was personified by an avatar. And it delivered the sermon to over 300 people, urging them to rise and praise the Lord. The minister provided the AI with the theme of the convention, "Now is the time," and asked it to develop a sermon incorporating psalms, prayers, and a blessing. And the service was well received by the congregation. However, some attendees found the AI-led service lacking in emotion and spirituality. Go figure. Nevertheless, some saw potential in using it to make religious services more accessible and inclusive for believers who may not be able to attend in person. I don't know why they can't use Zoom and just stream it. I don't know.
Right, it's called video.
He suggested...
Tape the service, you idiot.
He suggested that AI, though, could prove or provide inspiration for sermons or help pastors free up time for other important duties, as if their job isn't to do
Right.
that.
What other important duties? Their job is to preach and to teach and to administer the sacraments.
So I'm
That's
not
the
sure what
job.
other important duties above the Lord that they have to take care of, but curious to know your initial thoughts on hearing that they're starting to venture into using ChatGPT in churches.
White people.
Oh, man.
Notice where we are. We're in Germany in a Lutheran church,
This is very true.
okay? Black folks ain't coming to no church with no ChatGPT.
And we're like, who preaching again?
Right. I never heard of him.
What you say his name was?
No.
ChatGPT. You like, how you spell that?
You know, this is what happens when religion is, and I'm projecting, or I'm assuming rather, this is what happens when religion is mostly cerebral,
Yeah.
right? A nice coherent message is all you want. No. I'd rather stay home and and commune with God on my own than sit there and watch a computer do it for me.
I mean,
People are crazy. It defeats the whole purpose of what a religious moment is all about. A religious moment is supposed to be an authentic time, and you have an artificial intelligent instrument.
the first word says it all. It's artificial.
Yeah, I mean. So let's just be crazy for a second. You think God received any of that? You know what I'm saying? You think the Lord was like, "This is good." You got the computer praying and the people watching the computer pray.
As if it ain't enough people that can preach the word themselves and speak, be spoken to or through, rather.
It's crazy. I'm never going to a church
that has that going on.
That has that going on.
So if they invite you to speak and they're paying you to come, and the sermon is actually going to be that, but you're the guest speaker, so there's no pastor.
Wait, if I'm the guest speaker, I'm not doing the sermon?
No, if you're just a guest speaker and then they bringing you in and the ChurchGPT avatar is like, and now our guest.
It's me. How much are they paying me? Let's go through that first.
I wonder how much they would have to.
Give me some numbers.
5,000.
Yes. There. I'm there. I'm right there talking to these idiots who are sitting in the church under the direction.
We gotta rewind to a minute ago. I will never attend the church. Fast forward 5,000. I'm there.
I'm not attending though.
But you definitely.
I'm not attending.
If they pay you.
There's difference between.
So it's like a walkthrough.
I'm a content provider.
Okay.
I'm not a follower. That's the difference, right? It's the difference, right? So if I'm attending as listen to the thing, if I'm actually speaking,
yeah,
that's different.
And I would be worried for the people that are running the church to let you get up there and speak after that bot is speaking, because ain't no telling what you
The bot better let me go first.
That's what I was about to say.
I better go first.
That'd be a dangerous situation.
The bot's not gonna be able to keep up with me. Okay.
It would be dangerous.
I'm gonna make it hard on the bot.
And you would be intentionally doing things that you know the
I'm
bot
going
couldn't
all
do.
the way in my bag.
All the way.
I mean, I'm going in my bag. It's me against this bot. The bot's
That's
gonna
what.
lose.
Oh man, we should do. Man,
The
we were
bot's gonna
talking about
lose.
TikTok doing battles. Man, that could be one right there. A battle between an actual, see who's gonna get the most gifts during the battle between a pastor and an AI generated, pastor.
It depends on the pastor, because a lot of these people,
Might have
the bot
work
would
cut
win.
out for.
The bot would win.
Just you
bot
don't even
would
know
win.
question.
Yeah, no, listen. I am a former practitioner of the craft. A bot would win. Now, not when it comes to me.
Not when it comes to you though.
I would. That bot would be crying like, I yield.
Why did y'all sign me up or build me for
Overdrive,
this?
overdrive. Unfair.
I
Unfair. I hate my maker. That's what I make the bot say. I hate my maker.
Oh man,
Don't come for me.
that just tickled me.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised German Lutherans are doing stupid stuff like this.
Yeah, no.
No.
Well, we know where they lie.
I know a lot about the Lutheran Church.
I was gonna say I don't know much about the Lutheran Church.
I know more than I want to know,
Yeah.
and not surprised.
Can I ask you the biggest difference between Lutheran Church and churches and conventional Baptists? And
You mean black
Methodist
churches?
Church? Yeah.
Well, other than the obvious, the main difference is the Lutheran Church, its services are sterile, formulaic. They give you the words. They give you the words to the prayer.
Yeah.
They give you what you're supposed to say.
Yeah.
You just follow the script.
Yeah.
In black churches,
When you said sterile, I thought you had said stale at first, and I was about to start laughing.
well, stale too.
That works too.
No, they're pretty stale too. But black churches are much more dynamic, improvisational,
Yeah.
of the heart, of the spirit. Nobody's giving you the prayer.
Yeah.
It's got
you
to
can
come
feel
from,
the Holy Spirit in there.
It's got to
Just
come
walking
from-
around,
yeah.
dancing, singing.
it's-
I got a question.
Is he buoyant?
I got a question I've never been able to ask anybody that's come from, being a practitioner in that space.
Former practitioner.
Former practitioner in the space. So people that aren't used to attending black churches, one of the first things that they always
Like
say-
Tyler.
Yeah.
But
Have you
quite
ever
a few,
attended a black
actually.
church, Tyler?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
He's enthusiastic about it. He had a good time.
No,
You can
I
tell.
did.
He's like,
Tyler
wait a
had a
second.
great time
I've been
wherever
to a
it
black
was.
church, but go ahead.
What city was it in, first of all?
Oh, there's a few, but mostly in the New York area.
Okay. So most of the people that attend them for the first time, so I took my little Jewish friend once in like 5th grade because I was curious to see what he would think, right? This is back in Cleveland. And the first thing he says, feels like a concert.
Okay.
So I'm asking you, is our religion probably our piece of the religion, the black culture. Are we the only ones that have music is implemented into our, basically sermons and, prayer as others? Because I feel like I don't notice other religions singing as much as we do, which is also a form of praise, of course. But I'm curious, is that something that's almost something that we've adopted as a culture into our religion as opposed to many other religions, or is that something that's kind of more common that I just don't know about?
Okay, so let me answer this question in an edifying way.
Okay.
Christianity is an African religion.
I know.
It was born. I know you know.
Okay. I'm making sure you knew I knew. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Christianity is an African religion, so it was born in East Africa, which means that it always had music involved in it because that's what African people do. When it goes through Northern Africa, up the Italian boot, and into Europe, is when it loses
its seasoning.
that musical influence.
When it gets sterile.
That's when it becomes cerebral. That's when it becomes, something born of something else. Black folks take it back in this country, and we add our Africanness to it. Now every culture has music. Even Catholics and Lutherans, they all have hymns and all of that, but they don't do it the way that we do it, obviously, because they don't have Africanisms, which is what we have. So I mean,
because it's a really important segment of our practice. I feel like we spend first hour at church almost be straight gospel songs, in a lot of churches, and to people that aren't used to it, it cracks me up because they be waiting like, are they gonna have is it over? Like,
well, they weren't in slavery for 300 years.
Exactly, and I'm like,
they didn't have to be lynched and deal with segregation.
I love it because
when you suffer, you tend to need music more.
Yeah.
Put that at the bottom of the screen.
When you suffer, you tend to need music more.
Yeah.
Start to sound a little bit better.
Let me tell you something. Want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
So I grew up, Tyler, pay attention. I grew up, my mother was sanctified holiness. Black folks, you know what that is.
Yeah.
I mean, hand clapping,
She
foot
was
stomping,
fully
tongue talking.
immersed. Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
And they stayed in church for 19
All
hours.
day. Oh, man.
We would leave, Tyler, we would leave for church at 10 o'clock in the morning and come back at 10 o'clock at
It'd
night.
be dark. I've gone through that. My baby.
I mean, morning service, lunch, afternoon service,
all day affair.
dinner, night service.
Yeah.
Sunday was an all-day affair.
It was God's day.
Now,
for sure.
my neighbor across the street, who helped to raise me, by the way, shout out to the memory of Daniel Webster Joy,
Sounds smart.
New York State Supreme Court judge.
Okay, sounds about right.
I'll tell you a story in a second. Anyway, he and his wife, Ruby Joy, my Aunt Ruby, they went to a Lutheran church. So I'm coming along, I'm 14, 15 years old, and I'm starting to play basketball.
Yeah.
But in my mama's house, this is black folks' house, Tyler. On Sunday, it's old school black
And
folks.
we going to church.
You going to church. You ain't staying in this house, right?
Ain't no basketball game.
Ain't no basketball on Sunday. So I devised a scheme. Listen, people.
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute, across the street, my uncle and aunt, they go to Lutheran church. They services
Like an hour.
1 hour. 1 hour.
He said, I think I kind of like that church.
I started visiting the church. I was like, it's true. This service is an hour. I went home and told my mother, I've converted to Lutheranism.
She probably looked at you like,
No,
boy.
you know what she said? Church is church. That's where you want to go. That's where you want to go. I don't care that it's not my church, and I don't care that you're trying to avoid the all day.
She probably picked up on it.
And so I would go with them 8 o'clock in the morning. 9:15, we were back home. Guess what I had the whole day to do? And Mama couldn't say nothing.
Because you went to church.
I went to church.
That's all she wanted was the foundation, though, for you to find what, probably was for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the larger point I'm making outside of the goofy story is it taught me how to
navigate,
how to be home where I was.
You're right.
How to be home. And you know what those people, let me tell you something. You would not be talking to me today without those people at that little Lutheran church. They affirmed my gift when I didn't know I had it.
Wow. And you find it in the places you least expect.
And I ended up there just trying to run from the Pentecostals.
Run from something else. Yeah, God was like, it's cool. You're going to come run right under my arms.
I was just trying to get
you.
away from the sanctified people. They just
Yeah.
stay in church too long. I ended up falling into the place.
That's a very profound
Yes, it is.
testimony. Because God leads us into those corners sometimes that we don't know we meant to be in. And
You ready
when
for
you
this?
Get there,
Never underestimate the power of where you are because of how you got there.
you're right.
Never underestimate the power of where you are because of how you got there. You may have cried all the way there. You may have been hurt all the way there, and it can still be the place that changes your life.
Because it probably was the only way he was going to get there.
Come on now.
Yeah,
It's the jacket that got you on fire.
you're right. And on that note, we're going to throw it to a break because that was profound, and y'all need to marinate on that.
You like it what you see?
You look at what you do?
Everything this and that. Okay, we got to go. Right
We'll
back
be
after
right
this.
back. So we're going to catch up on a few of these new phrases the kids are saying out here.
The kids.
Yeah. The TikTokers.
Love those people.
What do you think? Oh, and for the people that are new that haven't watched us play this game, basically I give him a word, a segment. He deciphers what he thinks it means, usually coming from Urban Dictionary. Shout out to Urban Dictionary for helping us with these. So, what do you think a country Kleenex is?
A leaf you wipe your butt with?
No.
Yeah.
Good. I'm going to use it in a sentence. How about
Go
that?
ahead.
Uncle Jesse never uses a tissue when he's outside in southern Missouri. He just uses the country Kleenex.
He just blows it.
Yeah, it's when you plug one
Well, and
nostril
just
and
blow.
you
That's disgusting.
blow it out. To gracefully hold one nostril, closed with your index finger while blowing snot out of the other, generally on the ground, can be used when tissues are not.
Uncle Jesse should have went to college.
You know what we used to call them growing up?
What?
Snot rockets.
Okay. And you did go to college. Which, you know what I'm saying? Uncle Jesse should have gone and you
But I went to
did-
college in Florida, so
Well,
there was a lot of snot rockets flying around.
There's a lot of
A lot of stuff flying
a
around.
lot of stuff flying around in Florida, especially now.
So, country Kleenex, anytime you see somebody do that. What do
No.
you think, and you're going to probably know this one, nothing culture.
Nothing. I have no idea what that is. What is that? No.
Take a shot. Take a guess.
Tell me. I don't know.
I'm going to give you an example.
Yeah, put it in a sentence.
Hey, look at Jimmy's stream. Today he's going to buy everything at a McDonald's and then eat it all with his bros. That's an example of nothing culture. Another one. Bro, that's just a bunch of nothing culture. Quit watching that stuff.
So it's just stupid stuff?
It's basically when people on social media make their lives about nothing. Like people
that's
who make
all
their
of
whole
social
stream
media.
about eating fast food, for instance.
I think that's all of social media.
It's
basically
a
about
nothing culture.
nothing. It's about the fact that we are bored and want to be distracted, and we're willing to watch people do anything because anything on a screen
It's better than
has
just
more
staring at
validity
life.
to us than things in actual life.
So, and we could go so deep into that, and I'm not going to take it too serious. But, I mean, you were just talking about being present and enjoying where you are. You find that more entertaining than TikTok? Because you was just watching TikTok when we came back to
Do I find what more? What's the comparison?
TikTok more entertaining than being present and taking in where you at. Because we are trying to escape when we go on TikTok, right?
But I feel like you're kind of taking shots. Is that what you're doing?
No, it was a slight jab, kind of in the kidney, because we were getting back to where we are.
Should I pull out my gun?
And we were being present, and you were on TikTok. So I was trying to see if that was more
Actually, I
enjoyable.
was replying to a message that I got on TikTok.
So you was on TikTok.
Replying to a message.
So you was on TikTok.
Replying
To a message.
to a message. Yes. Someone was communicating with me, and I was talking back.
But you were on TikTok while we were here.
Technically, I was replying to a message.
So now you are on TikTok.
I don't even know what your point is.
I know, I'm just messing with you. But no, my point was, So it's you call it. I know I lost it.
I'm like,
But you know,
you don't even know what the hell
we
you're
talk.
trying
I
to
forgot
do
what we
right
was
now.
even talking about. So nothing
See,
culture.
There we go. Nothing there it
culture.
is. Nothing culture.
That's the problem right there.
There
Is
it
that?
is.
Do you think that? You just said,
he has the attention span of a flea.
it's the ADHD
Of a gnat.
And I'm a prime example for all of this because a lot of times I'm scrolling and my brain isn't even on. Like I'm literally just visually like pleasing myself by just having something to look at.
Please don't use that term. Please don't use that term. Please don't ever use that term again.
Well, I was gonna say mentally stimulating, and that ain't no better.
I was pleasing myself.
I was visually pleasing
Wait till
myself.
Tyler left the room. He don't even know what just happened.
We gonna find out if that's okay with legal
He does that. He
later
means, Come on, explain what you mean.
You knew what I meant. Like, I'm pretty much just stimulating my mind.
Ooh, here comes Tyler.
Don't nothing sound good
Tyler,
no more.
you don't want to know what just happened while you was gone. Let me give you the rundown. We're talking about Rich scrolling, and he said, "Oh, I'm always on the internet scrolling, pleasing myself."
I said visually pleasing.
He didn't say visually.
I did.
Did he say visually?
He said visually.
I said visually.
Aaron.
He did say it.
Aaron.
Just being real.
He know what I
Aaron.
meant.
Gotta keep it real.
I will deal with you after this.
Gotta keep it real. He said
You
visually
realize,
pleasing
you do
myself.
realize,
He heard what he wanted to hear. Look, I said
pleasing himself, what I wanted to
visually. I said I'm basically just visually pleasing myself when I'm scrolling
I don't know if that makes sense.
because my brain isn't even on. Like I'm just like it's a subconscious thing.
All right,
sometimes.
so what is
But I'm saying, like, are we actually enjoying what we're doing most of the time, or are we just stimulating our
But
mind?
I'll say this. When I'm on social media, I'm enjoying the
Just
virility.
being on social
I'm
media.
enjoying, the virility, the frivolousness of it. It's frivolous, it's jocular, it's ridiculous. I'm enjoying that.
And you enjoy that.
Yeah, in the moment. Because for someone who spends most of their time thinking and being serious,
Being serious, you're right.
social media is a great place to sort of go and have
a good balance.
have respite. Let me just see what's going on. Now, it shouldn't be the reverse, where you spend most of your time on social media with virility, stupidity, and ignorance,
And then having to catch up to
and
the real
then
important
you get one video of Oprah and Ayala Von Zahn or T.D. Jakes.
Yeah,
That ain't a good balance.
yeah.
So I'm saying, to answer your question, when I'm there, it's fine.
And you made a good point, and the whole reason why I even made this point was because I was watching Drink Champs, another great show. Noriega host. You probably heard of Drink Champs, right?
No, I know.
So it's probably one of the most popular podcasts amongst our culture.
I don't even like podcasts.
Okay.
Except
Well,
my own.
It's a podcast where they bring legends on and they make them drink and talk about whatever.
Sounds stupid.
It's actually really great for us. But Nori was on there talking about how he had a therapist friend who taught him about how social media is really affecting him and how when people wake up and it's the first thing that they do, it's, whether they realize it or not, whatever you're following is conditioning you and your thoughts in a certain way. So like if you're seeing, porn stars all day, more than likely you're gonna be thinking about stuff in that sphere, and he said it made him question and unfollow some people that he were following and things like that. So I'm curious, on your feed, are most of your things around entertainment, or you just pretty much told us that you're not going there for the serious stuff? that you're doing in life?
I don't.
So you follow stuff purely for entertainment, not really to find any insight?
I follow people I just want to sit around and look at.
Yeah. So if they look good to you, you cool with following?
I'm following you.
So do you think that that's majority of people's psyche when it comes to it? Because you just told me I'd make a lot on doing this whole battle on TikTok just because people would just want to sit there and look at me.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'd be immensely successful. And B, I think your average sort of social media consumer,
Yeah.
it's like a high school cafeteria.
Yeah.
You want to either communicate with the cool kids,
Yeah.
be friends with the cool kids,
at their
or have
table.
their attention,
Yeah.
right? And other people go there to troll. And other people go there
For the food.
for
It's a cafeteria.
But the metaphor only goes so far, okay?
Food for thought. Food for thought. Food for thought.
But my problem with it is, just to put a final point on it in a bow, it's just too many people in the world who try to get information about the world and themselves from social media.
Yeah.
It's not where you're going to find it. Some numbnut sitting in a basement behind a green screen is not a political analyst. They're not an immunologist to tell you what vaccine you should or shouldn't take. You follow me?
Yeah.
They're not a geopolitical strategist to talk to you about the Ukrainian war. That's not where you're going to find that.
Yeah.
And so for you to go there for that says something wrong with you. If you go there to have a good time, to have fun, it's foreign after people.
Yeah, I think it's good for inspiration and things like that too.
It may be, but I don't need that.
Yeah, you don't go
I
there for
produce
that.
inspiration.
I was about to say.
I'm not a consumer.
I really wonder the kind of people.
I
that
had a
inspire.
great thing. Now we're totally off the rails.
Let's go.
Off the rails, people.
It's our favorite.
I was in New York on Juneteenth, and I went to this Juneteenth thing at Carnegie Hall.
How was it?
I'm about to tell you. So all the black folks were there. I mean, it was packed, right? Juneteenth. So I'm sitting there like this. My friend Nigel goes, "What's wrong?" I said, "Bro, I'm not a consumer."
And they all were.
He was like, "What do you mean?" I said, "This is what I produce.
Yeah.
I don't consume.
Yeah.
And this ain't up to my standards." And you know what I learned from that moment? That
You bougie? No, I'm playing.
that was good. That was good. I have to admit.
I couldn't stop myself.
Perfect timing. That was good. Okay? I have to give you that. That was good. That was good.
Forgive me.
was
Please
good.
continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, let's let you have this moment.
No, I'm done. The moment's over.
Because that was good.
It
I
was.
wish I had thought of it. Here's what I learned from the moment. A, I'm bougie. But two, not every well will slay your thirst.
You better
And not
go
every
on.
table will feed you.
You're right.
And just because other people can sit at that table and eat well doesn't mean that it will feed you sufficiently. I don't resent the fact that people can be nurtured there. I'm just clear about where I need to go to get what I need.
Wow.
And different people can eat on different levels.
You're right.
Come on. We all don't eat at the same
You're
level.
right.
Some people just can do chips.
Some people can handle caviar. You know, it's a whole different ballgame.
And I'm one of those people where, and I was in there
You
thinking,
only can have a couple chips.
yeah, I was in there thinking, this is cool for some folk, but it ain't cool for me.
Yeah, and I find myself in a lot of them environments.
Now,
And that's kind of what we were talking about before when I was saying the whole celebrity world. Like, it's cool. Like, I enjoy being in that realm because of I love the craft of, you know, what I do in the medium.
For example, let me say this. It's like when you go to, you're an actor, you've been in movies, TV, all that. Young Rock, Mindhunter, what else?
John Henry,
John Henry.
The Fugitive,
You were in The Fugitive?
the show, not the movie.
You were in the
obviously.
show?
I wasn't old enough to be in the movie.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, no, Harrison
What were you,
Ford
an
had
embryo?
that. I was the baby crying in the hospital.
You were an embryo on the shelf. See, these are all his movie credits, people. So when you go to a movie premiere or to a movie, let's say premiere, you go watch a movie.
Just a regular movie.
You're watching the movie on a different level
Whole different, yeah.
than me, Aaron, and Tyler,
Yeah,
right? We're just sitting there going, oh, this is good.
yeah.
You're looking at the lighting, the acting, the moving, the cinematography, the sound,
Can't
right?
even turn it
Well,
off.
maybe Aaron, because Aaron does.
He's probably looking
Yeah,
at
he's
the
probably
sound
looking
and
at the same
logistics.
level. Yeah. So my bad. Me and Tyler are the dummies. You two look at it differently.
But when you go to the movies, you're a consumer, and that's.
I'm a consumer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You and Aaron are
We're producers.
You're content producers. So it's and so here's the thing. You ready to write this text?
I love this. I see where it's going.
Is that you need to know, number one, this is on two levels. First thing you need to know, are you connected to someone who is a consumer or a producer? And know which one you need in your life.
Which one's going to feed your soul?
Because you may need someone who consumes what you have to give.
To produce, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you may need someone, or you may be the consumer, and you need someone who can pour into you.
Exactly.
The worst thing in the world is to be connected to somebody that you need to pour into you and they ain't got nothing to pour.
Pour back.
They an open cup just like you. Two cups completely
It's like
empty.
the blind following the blind.
Getting together is not going to work out very well. But you got to know what you are and what you need.
Yeah, you're right.
But here's the second thing about that I think is even more interesting, is that when you are in a certain place, know which one is required of you.
You're right.
You could be in the most important meeting in your life, and you read the room and realize, I need to be consumer here. So I give you a quick story.
I love that.
I give you a quick story. I was talking to one of my good friends, Nigel, is married to Lisa.
Okay.
Great. They're two of my favorite people. You know, I don't like many people.
Yeah.
She was in a meeting, and here she is, PhD, Columbia University, brilliant woman, blah, blah, blah. She's in the meeting, and she realized the white guy she was talking to needed her in that moment to be a consumer.
Yeah.
Now, she knew more than he did.
Yeah, but she had to be.
But she read the room.
Yeah, she realized.
And she thought this, I'm just trying to win.
Yeah.
What I wanted, this is so important.
She a team player.
No. Yes.
No, she was in that moment.
Let me not negate what you're saying. In that moment, she was clear about her goals. The goal was to get the check.
Yeah.
And she said to herself, you need me to consume?
I'm going to consume.
I'll consume. A lot of people get in those moments and don't know what the moment requires.
Because they don't know how to read the room.
They don't know how to make the transition between you need me to pour or you need me to be an open cup. It is, to me, it is critical.
That's relationship 101 too.
Every kind of relationship.
You know, I had a friend give me the best advice. I'm not gonna say it's the best
Better than
advice.
my advice?
No, it was some good advice though.
wait a minute.
So I had a friend that was in the room, asked him, because he was dating his wife. They've been together for like 30 something years, and they were literally like late 30s. Like they've known each other since they were kids.
Got it.
And everybody's trying to figure out the secret. They're like, so what do you think the secret is to y'all staying together?
Got it.
And he said, one day we realized, like, sometimes we don't give each other what the other needs because we don't take the time to ask them if that's what they need in this moment. So they were like, what we do is whenever, say you come home from a bad day or something like that, or you see your partner dealing with something, it's like, do you need comfort or do you need a solution? Because as men, we typically want to solve everything.
Got it.
And what he realized was, like, sometimes she don't need me to solve everything. Sometimes she want to just be able to complain and, you know, let it out and just be comforted and know that she's not alone in the situation. And he said that dynamic for them started to really work because it would work vice versa, where it's like, as a woman, sometimes she'd want to, you know, do things that were natural to her, but in realizing that's not what he needs right now. He don't need me to fix this. Like, that's not what you asking for. Right now, I just need you to be here with me. And that's an emotional intelligence that is developed.
Actually, I was just about to say, the success of that requires on the person knowing what they need.
Absolutely, and that's the basis.
Most people don't know. Most people don't know what they want and they don't know what they need. So I mean, it's a great.
You're right.
It's a great. I think that what they have is amazing, and we all should strive to have.
You got to have something else first.
But to have that, you have to be clear. And you know, I just think that the moment we recognize that we have to be able to change roles is the moment we will have a lot more success in long-term relationships.
Absolutely.
Because you're not always a consumer, and you're not always, to use these metaphors, a content provider.
Yeah. You're making sense out of my life just by speaking on this, because there's certain situations I've been in, like I was talking about, just having to do the whole fake conversation, the celebrity basically, where I don't feel like I see other people, even friends of mine, when they go in public and how people receive them when they see them and meet them in person for the first time that are big celebrities. It's never clicked to me because I'm like, I've never felt like that about nobody. Like, there's very few people, dead or alive, that I feel like I would walk up to or come in contact with, and you see the Michael Jackson effect where people used to be fainting and all kind of stuff. I'm like, I just don't get it.
They're
like
consumers.
And that was what you know, gathered from what you just told me. I'm like, I'm the person that is producing those kinds of, feelings, whether it be from creating.
Yeah, you make Tyler want to fall out every time you walk in the room. Tyler, don't you want to pass out when you see this?
Nah, but it makes sense though on why
himself.
It makes sense though on why certain things, don't affect other people the way that it does others, because some things are meant for you to be producing. You're a conjurer of those things as opposed to having to be a consumer. And I see times where I have to be a consumer too. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't walk into every space and be knowledgeable about it and, be able to produce the same kind of product that someone else who is naturally gifted at it or studied it, does. And you got to know your place sometimes in that. And I think that message is going to go over a lot of people's heads, but I really hope it doesn't, because that will change every relationship that you have. Every relationship that you have.
Let's hope it doesn't go over a lot of people.
No, because if it didn't, more people would understand it though. And I think a lot of people that I know in my life personally, they don't see that difference. They don't. Some people just follow without even realizing this isn't something that I'm even really a consumer of, and wonder why they feel uncomfortable in so many different scenarios. I know I've gone through it, so I can't be the only one,
Let me give you some help, all right? Aaron, write this down. This is for you. When you are in a situation and you don't feel satisfied, you're eating at the wrong table.
Yeah.
When you're in a situation and you have to compromise who you are in order to be there, you're eating at the wrong table. When you're in a situation and you're not learning and you're not growing, guess what you're doing? You're eating at the wrong table.
And you know what's ironic about that? When I leave those situations where I don't feel that, I don't feel full. When I'm around people, love, I feel like I'm in the right place. I feel full. My soul feels full. Like I almost ate a full meal by the time I leave. And those are the people that make me feel alive.
That's an example of being at the right table.
Absolutely.
And knowing where you need to go to eat that which will keep you spiritually, psychologically, emotionally alive.
Amen.
And that's really all we're saying, right?
Yeah.
Is that you just have to be self-aware enough to know I can't go to everybody and anything and have it speak to me. I'm a peculiar.
You sure are. I'm just letting you know.
First he calls me bougie, and then he calls me peculiar.
You're very peculiar.
I think both of those are compliments.
They are.
Thank you so much, because I've worked my whole life to be bougie and peculiar. But it means that you got to be special to speak to me.
Yeah.
So
I hear that.
And let that be okay.
Do you want to finish the last two Urban Dictionary words? Because we done got off the rails. We probably gonna take that.
Just tell me real quick what one is. Just tell me.
All right, I'm gonna get the last one.
Yeah.
It was the word that I already am forgetting how to pronounce.
Aspartame?
Aspartame.
Yeah.
Aspartame daddy. What do you think that means?
A fake sugar daddy?
Ding, ding, ding. Not quite rich enough to be a sugar daddy, but an example would be he only made $60,000 a year. He wasn't rich enough to be her sugar daddy, so they referred to him as her
Aspartame daddy.
There you go.
My headphones on. They're on. This must means we have a video.
We do. So our first video is from none other than Tyrese.
The singer guy?
Yes, sir. You know
Actor?
Tyrese?
No, I don't know him.
No.
I don't remember the last time I lost sleep over a hater. I worked too hard for everything I got for me to be out here worried about what a hater's talking about in my comments. Like, are you serious? I'ma laugh at you and ask that chef to run that back. You hear me? You see me? Huh? You're not gonna make me feel bad about being this blessed when I've worked my ass off to get this. Haters is like water rolling off a duck's back. Look at it fall. As soon as the hate come in, it's the raining hate. And I'ma sit here with this Jesus juice all over me. And that water gonna drip right off.
I mean, the minute someone says, I find the irony of the video, which what struck me first. Whenever somebody says, I don't think about my haters, and they proceed to talk about their haters, you obviously do to think about your haters because you have a reaction for them. I don't have a reaction for things I absolutely don't think about.
So no reaction.
Ask me about Pythagorean mathematics. No response at all. I don't know anything about it. I can't respond.
Yeah.
And I think I affirm Tyrese's spirit and what he's saying of not allowing people to manipulate and manage his emotions. Very important. Keep doing it, sir. More of us need to learn how to accomplish the same goal. However, we spend far too much time talking about the people who don't like us.
Yeah, for sure.
We spend far too much time talking about the people who did us wrong. Your life has not been defined by the people who hurt you. It's been defined by the people who loved you enough to stay.
Because that's why you're
And we
still
need
here.
to give the people who cared about us a lot more of our attention.
You're right.
And I understand. Hurt is a real thing, and pain it has immediate consequences. And sometimes a blessing takes a long time to manifest and develop. I get it. We don't always see the good immediately.
For sure.
But we see the hurt sooner than that.
2020.
But we need to dedicate whole segments of our sentences to those people who have poured in us, supported us, and blessed us. And whenever someone asks me, what do I think about this person not liking me or hating, I immediately turn the question to the people who've cared about me, because that's who deserves my time.
They deserve that answer.
Yeah. So I would have liked it better if Tyrese and I were sitting down.
And you were able to tell
First,
them.
he would know who I was.
Yeah.
And we'd be sitting down, and he'd say that, and I'd be like, you're absolutely right. And now let's talk about, I would
People
ask
that
him,
do.
I'd say, who loves you the most? Who cared about you the most? Tell me about them. Tell me about the best thing that somebody ever did for you. That's where the power is.
I got a friend that recently started asking me and told me that this shifted something for him. Instead of asking people how they're doing, when they could just give you a simple answer, fine, good, bad, whatever, he started asking people, what made you smile today? Because it gives people an opportunity to actually focus on something positive in their day. Because
Unless
most
they're
people-
ignorant and they go, nothing.
Nothing.
I don't know. But I get the point.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's in the same sphere, I feel like, of, thought. And
And let me,
Haters.
I'm sorry to jump in
Yeah,
and
go
say
ahead.
this real quick. Part of, and let me not put it on Tyrese, make it the proverbial person, generally, it's disingenuous for us to say that people don't hurt our feelings. That when people say we're totally immune from it. We're not.
yeah,
We're really not. It affects us. Negativity does its work.
yeah.
Which is why I would say to him or to anybody, don't engage.
It only has the power we give it.
And it has no power if you don't see it.
Exactly. You're right.
But you think I'm giving Tyler a hard time today?
Yeah, you always do, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You don't give him as hard of a time you give me, so
That's
I
the
can't feel
truth.
bad.
That's the truth. Aaron never gets a hard time from me. You ever notice
Aaron
that?
got it made, man. Aaron living the best life.
He's like, I'm chill.
Out of everybody in this room. He's just as happy as.
He's like, look, fine with me. So what is this video? Do we know?
No, you don't know anything.
Nope.
Oh, he doesn't know. Okay,
Nope.
so roll the video. Oh, this is a disaster waiting to happen. This poor woman. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny.
I know I ain't tripping.
I know you, yes.
That's something I would do though.
He is so evil. Do it again. Do it again.
I know, yeah, stop.
Is this real?
It can't be.
Can't be.
I'm sorry.
No, this is real. Whoa.
It's weird.
Are we allowed to play that?
Whoa.
We're gonna beep it out?
Keep it out. Could you imagine doing that?
She said, what the is going on? Just in case we beep it out, you don't know what she said.
Oh, we beeping it out.
Okay.
I got a question
Yeah.
aside from the video because
Yes.
this brings up something for me. Can we take the headphones off or should we keep them
Yeah,
on?
and bring it home.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my headphones off. So, I have a question. Do you believe in magic?
What?
No, seriously, serious question. Do you believe in magic? Do you think that magic is possible? Like anything magic related, just actual magic though.
Do I believe in magic? I don't think so.
No, you don't think it's possible for something to disappear and reappear, anything like that?
No.
No, I feel like I've experienced it twice in my life.
Oh God.
Actually, though,
Tell Aaron and I about this.
very first one,
Give us the short version.
short version. 6, 7 years old, maybe in the hood, growing up with my cousins in the living room. Got a lot of witnesses. There's about 6 cousins of mine. I had just gotten a magic kit from my mom, so I'm obsessed with magic for the first time in my life. I tell them I'm gonna do a magic trick. I'm gonna make this key disappear. Got a key. Put it under my butt. I sit on it. I say abracadabra or whatever I said. I stand up, and the key is gone. All my cousins, me, all of us, we're freaking out. We're looking like, all right, no, we're not tripping. This key gotta be in here somewhere. We tear the couch apart.
Did you check
Granny
your
come
butt?
in, cuss us out. Everybody is tripping at this point because I'm like, I told them it was gonna happen, but I didn't think that that would happen. So I'm like, the key gotta be somewhere. One of my cousins, nowhere near me when this happened, checks his pocket, key was in his pocket. First time it happened. Second time it happened was like 2 weeks ago.
The shorter version than that.
I was in the car on the phone with a friend. I was looking for a lighter. Don't ask me why I was looking for a lighter. I was looking for a lighter. I, for a fact, know I searched everywhere. I even got out of my car at a stoplight because I was like, I had to have fallen under the seat or something.
Keep going.
I get back in the car. I'm on the phone with my friend. Mind you, I've had my phone in my hand the whole time. Put my phone back in the cup holder. I'm driving. I look down. Lighter is sitting, balancing on my cup holder on top of my phone. No one else is in the car with me. I moved my phone multiple times looking for it. Haven't seen the lighter to put it on top of my phone. How does it get on top of my phone after I took my phone out of the car and got back in the car?
Aaron,
Any explanation?
answer that question.
My guess is
And it was balancing. It wasn't just there. It looked like somebody had placed it right there sideways and it was balancing on my
my
cup.
guess is you had the lighter in the same hand as you had the phone, and you set the phone down and then just not even thinking, put the lighter on top and just kept going.
So you think I had the lighter the whole time while I was out of the car,
Yeah.
searching for it with my hands, holding my phone in one hand? It very well could be true.
I was about to say,
That is what you're using the lighter
Look,
for. That
now
might have
that you
something to do
actually
with
bring it up, but at the same time, how do you explain the first one?
The first one is that's a little.
And my aunt had 9, well, at the time she had 9. She got 11 kids in the end. She had 9 kids, and they was all in that room with me.
well, I don't know.
It's one of my earliest memories in life because it tripped me out, and I was like, I think I believe in magic after that day.
Okay.
And then it happened to me again. I know you're looking at me like I'm crazy, but this stuff actually happened. The cup holder one, you actually found the most logical damn explanation for that one to me. But
The only reason I know that is because it happened to my brother one time. He was looking for some in the fridge and
And
had
he
it in his
had it the
hand. I was
whole
like,
time.
where is it at? And couldn't find it.
and the reason why I think it could be true is because I have done stuff like that before. But
Or magic.
I'm wondering even for our viewers though, are there any moments in your life where you feel like it was just inexplainable and science couldn't solve it and you feel like you witnessed magic? I would love to hear some of our audience's takes on that because Doc clearly think I'm crazy. But to this day, I still believe that certain things like that are possible. Obviously, that has nothing to do with the video. That was a prank. I honestly don't even think it was real either, by the way. I think she was a good actress for the video. But you, bottom line, don't believe in magic. You ain't got nothing to say.
No, I'm letting you have this moment all by
I'm curious.
yourself.
This is our show. What do you take from what I just said?
You know, if you roll your head, it doesn't make me like respond anymore. This is, I this is.
So you don't believe in magic?
I tend not to. No.
Do you enjoy watching magic though?
I don't.
Not at all.
I mean,
Indifferent.
I don't think about it. You know.
He's too smart for magic.
I'm okay if that's, you know.
No, it's cool. I'm gonna take you to a magic show in Vegas. It's gonna
I've never been to
make you
Vegas.
believe in something.
I might go to Vegas on this week, but I've never been to Vegas.
That still blows
So
my
I'd
mind.
love to go.
You live an hour flight away from Vegas, and you ain't never been to Vegas.
No, I've never been to Vegas.
No desire. There's a lot of things in Vegas. Good
Now,
food.
you know what's funny? Hold on. You giving us the wrap-up sign when we were talking about magic.
We were wrapped up 5 minutes ago, so I'm like, we need to bring it in.
You should have said this 10 minutes ago.
No, because
no.
then he would have been cutting off my meaningful story that somebody
My
else might be
point
able to relate
exactly.
to out there.
All right, everybody. This has been real,
Believe in magic.
And-
anything is possible.
and we've
Damn
done
it.
it. We've done
that.
Okay. We've done it all. And shout out today for today's show
Shutting down my
MVP
magic.
is Aaron, who helped us figure out how the lighter got on top of the phone.
Nah, for real though, you've actually given me a
Ladies
little
and
bit more
gentlemen,
peace.
we'll see you next time.